Ah, jealousy. The wicked lover of envy and the perfect fuel for burning bridges. Hey yo guys, it's me, TheFearRaiser, and today we're going to be talking about jealousy because it's something we all have experienced, and I wanted to elaborate on it more and show you why it's certainly something that is holding you back from your potential. Jealousy is a state of mind where one feels resentment, bitterness, and spite towards another individual over either successes, advantages, and/or joys, which is usually a reflection onto their own feelings of resentment for not having the same thing. And to be quite honest, many of us feel the feelings of jealousy on a weekly to daily basis. Perhaps they're going on social media and seeing a friend or family member getting some sort of opportunity. Oh man! To viewing a picture of a bunch of your other friends all out having a good time while you wonder at home why you weren't invited. These are just some of the hundreds of reasons any of us can get jealous over something at any given time. So what exactly drives this emotion? Well, I can certainly tell you it's normal and natural to feel it because it's a very instinctive emotion that we all feel time to time again. But the problem with jealousy is that it is essentially the mask that covers other feelings and attitudes we have that are even more hurtful and meaningful to us. Insecurities and shame are where these factors come into play, as it drives the seed of jealousy, tormenting us with its revving engine as it does wheelies in our heads. Woo! The inner thoughts and voices we get when we see something that triggers our jealousy at face value seems nothing more than a petty reason to belittle somebody over any given reason. But when we look deeper into ourselves, we can usually find that behind the mask of jealousy reveals the true reasons for why you feel so much resentment towards the things that you're jealous over. Perhaps that girl you really liked was asked out and is now dating someone while you resent her for not choosing you. Or maybe an opportunity was given to someone you work with instead of you while you felt that you were the one that deserved it. It is in these kind of situations where the reasons we feel jealous is because our critical thinking onto ourselves make us feel ashamed, unwanted, and foolish. I actually want to tell you guys a little story about my experience with jealousy and how it affected me. When I first started YouTube a long time ago, when I was living back in my home province, I had felt like I was the only one doing it. Working hard every day, slowly growing my channel, and doing my best to keep myself busy so that I could soon one day achieve my goals. Before I knew it, my channel had begun to grow exponentially and I had felt like I was on top of the world since no one else was as big as I was in the province. However, one day I had met another guy who was also a YouTuber and was also working hard on growing his channel, and when I had known about this, I became a little hard up. You see, I lived on an island which has about 500,000 people, and out of that entire population, I had felt like I was unique for thinking I was the only one being a popular YouTuber. But when I had seen this guy who also lived there growing his channel as well, I had felt insecure because the whole being a big YouTuber thing was really the only thing I had that I was proud of myself over. So I began to get jealous, and soon over time, that YouTuber I was jealous over got more popular than me and surpassed me in subscribers, and the jealousy was destroying me. I remember I would do everything in my power to avoid this person with every fiber of my being, but whenever he was brought up or even just popped in my head, my mood would drop. For months, I had this agonizing feeling of insecurity and shame for being surpassed by this guy for so long, until one day I had learned a valuable lesson. I've always tried my best to be humble and never let my achievements and successes on YouTube go to my head. But I had discovered within myself that I unfortunately did have an ego. And that ego was being threatened by this guy who had surpassed me in subscribers. It was from that point on I had taught myself to remove this ego from my mind and to just accept the reality of the situation, to get rid of the jealousy and hate that was growing deep inside me, so that I could be happier, which ultimately made me a better person. So what is the point to all of this, you ask? We as people live busy, hectic lives with many insecurities and feelings we bury deep inside us. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do that. You shouldn't feel ashamed for feeling the things you do because we're just human, and these emotions we experience are only proof of that. But We can choose how we deal with these feelings, and that's what can make you a better person. If you ever get jealous over something, don't hate on the person or lash out. Just look deep within yourself and ask yourself why you're feeling this way. Figure out why you're not happy for the other person and do what you can to work on your insecurities so that you can live a much happier, stress-free life. Jealousy is a cage, guys. I would know because I was trapped inside of it for a long time. But the first step is accepting you're jealous and working inward on teaching yourself to be more pleasant and not envious for other people's successes. Because at the end of it all, this life is your life. And if you want to live happier and healthier, you must first look within.